Good morning, fellow autotrophs and heterotrophs. My name is Benji and I am your normal house plant. You might be wondering why I'm filming this right now. Well, it is because I wanted to take you along with me as I travel with my owner Jolene throughout her day. But before anything else, let me explain to you how I met Jolene. It was a normal Tuesday evening and Jolene was taking a stroll in her neighborhood. Suddenly, she encounters a near-death plant on the side of the road, me. My previous owner had found me too troublesome and decided to toss me away. I thought I was gonna die, but Jolene took me into her house and planted me in a pretty pot, and I have been living in her bedroom ever since. Today, Jolene is going to take me with her to school and swim practice because I promised I would help her complete her biology video. In addition, I can also see the real world and experience a day with Jolene. It is currently 5 a.m. and I am at the pool. The sun has not risen yet, so my day has not technically started yet. I am still kind of sleepy, so wake me up in a few hours.
2 hours later.
It seems like Jolene has finished swim and now we are headed to school. The sun has finally risen, so let the adventures actually begin. I have not had breakfast yet, so I'm very low on energy. But since the sun is out now, I guess I can start eating. You might be curious how I gain energy since I am a plant, but I'm here to tell you that it is all through the biological process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process plants use to take the energy from sunlight and use it to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. The chemical equation for photosynthesis is pictured right next to me. So while Jolene and her friends might eat vegetables and fruit to gain energy, I get it from sunlight. Unlike you, my autotrophic friends and I breathe out oxygen and breathe in carbon dioxide. Where do I collect all these ingredients? Well, carbon dioxide passes through small pores on my leaves called stomata. The water is absorbed by my roots under the soil, and sunlight is absorbed by the green chemicals in my leaves. Oh, it looks like Jolene is switching classes now, so I'm going to turn off the camera. Continuing our little lesson earlier, the green chemical in my leaves is called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment located in me. That is the reason why I appear green. Chlorophyll pigments are stored in thylakoid membranes that are located in the chloroplasts. Wow, I know, seems like a lot of big words, but in reality, it's not that complicated. My leaves are made up of millions of cells, and inside of those cells are tiny structures called chloroplasts, which help conduct photosynthesis. It looks like class is starting for Jolene. I'm gonna put my camera away and take a nice nap next to the window.
1 hour later.
Oh, class is over. Dang, that seemed like a short nap. You might want to learn more about photosynthesis? I'm so flattered. I already explained to you the basics of photosynthesis, but did you know that photosynthesis actually occurs in 2 stages? Light-dependent reactions and the Calvin cycle. As I'm talking right now, my leaves are going through these 2 stages to provide me energy. The first stage, called light-dependent reactions, occurs in the thylakoid membrane and only happens when there is light. No light-dependent reactions? Yes, light-dependent reactions. During this phase, sunlight is captured by chlorophyll A, and energy is stored in a chemical called ATP. Water is also used to provide electrons and hydrogen ions that will later create ATP and NADPH, molecules that will be used in the next stage. The next stage, the Calvin cycle, occurs in the stroma of the chloroplasts. These reactions can occur without light but requires ATP and NADPH molecules. Carbon dioxide and energy from ATP and NADPH are used to create glucose, a sugar that I use for energy. Wow, I feel so exhausted after explaining all that. I'm starting to get hungry again. Guess it's time to eat. Looks like Jolene is done with school too, so off to swim practice we go. So, after a day of following Jolene around at school and photosynthesizing, I have finally returned to my room. This day has been really fun, and I hope you learned a lot about my diet. Goodbye, my fellow auto and heterotrophs.